Good evening and welcome back. Today we're going to be building this bunkhouse. It's one that was added on 1.14. Here is the material list on screen now. It's a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but it is a two-story one, so you kind of get what you're paying for. Now, we're going to find where you want your front door. We're going to place the door here. Then we're going to go 3 blocks out on either side. Then we're going to place a log, and then we're going to go 3. Place a log, and now we're going to fill in this area with cobblestone here. Now, the floor I haven't replaced, but the floor you're going to replace with cobblestone as well. I will just do that in the time lapse at the end, just to save a bit of time. Now we're adding in the window here, and then we're going to add in the frame. We're going to do this 4 times, so we're going to do it on each of these sides except for the rear end of the base. The rear side of the base, that's just going to be cobblestone. Like here. Now we're going to build up here, 2. So it's 3 blocks up altogether. Now the first floor is going to be 3 blocks, and then there's like the kind of support beam floor, and then the second floor. So we go up here, we're going to build up our logs, like this, and now we're going to start to add our support beams. So this is what I meant, 3 blocks on that floor, support beam, then the next floor. We're going to come over here, do the same thing, and we're going to do the same thing to the rear here. This is where you would add your second floor typically, but we won't do that. We're just going to build up here by 3 to add the second floor. Now we're done using cobblestone, we're going to be using oak planks this time. So we're going to repeat that process here, except where the door was, we're going to place logs instead. Now we're going to come back here, do the same thing on the rear end, and now we're going to add in our windows. This house is really cool. It's like just a bunkhouse, so it means you can store way more villagers in it than the other kind of houses, and a little bit more spacious. It's a good house to take over when you're like living in the village, but as well as that, the only issue I have with the house is the roof on it. I'm not a big fan of it at all. I do think you should do stairs instead if you're building it yourself, but I'm trying to keep these tutorials to the normal villager style, and then later on we're going to do an improvement here. So here, from what I saw, they don't add it, but if you add the support beam in there, it will really improve it. I don't know if there's 2 different models of this house. I could only find this one, and this one doesn't have that, so we're going to keep it like that. So this is actually the roof. So instead of these oak planks, I would use stairs, but it's completely your preference. If you want to keep it to the classic villager one, you can. I know some people rather it this way. I just prefer the stairs myself. Come up here, and now we're going to go to this side and repeat the same process. And then we're going to add the spike here, and then we're just going to fill this area in. I call this house a bunkhouse just because of the amount of beds in it. I don't know what the proper classification is of the house. I think bunkhouse suits it better. Now that we're coming close to the end now, we're going to have a time lapse of the house being built. We're going to show you the interior and the subscriber of the week. So what's going to happen is when you comment down below one of my videos, I'm going to build you a house. Your name's going to be on it, and that's going to be subscriber house. So we're slowly getting through them. We've got 5 done already. We're slowly going to work through them week by week. I do think it's a cool way of expanding and growing your own village out of your subscribers. So, thank you for anyone who comments, likes, and subscribes. Really does appreciate it. Hopefully we hit 1,000 by the start of the summer.